instead of printing it out, and it's not in the hymnal. So this is our responsive reading for this morning. I invite you to read the second line. I'll start off at the beginning. Here we are, living, breathing creatures.
With minds that wonder and hearts that feel awe.
We face questions that we know can't be answered.
And tragedies that we know can't be explained.
May we find patience in all that is unanswered.
And peace in all that will never be explained.
Here we are, living, breathing creatures.
With open minds and tender hearts.
May we hold ourselves with gentleness.
With all that brings us worry.
And all that makes our hearts break.
May the living, breathing creatures that we are
feel the breath of life moving in us.
And through all things,
bringing us into greater union.
The mysterious universe of which we are a part.
Thank you. That was lovely, Ruth. Thank you for finding that for us.
It was in the packet.
It was in the packet. So it is my pleasure to once again introduce to maybe some don't know the Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller, but she is with us today and most second Sundays. And it's a pleasure to have her back with us today again with her talk called Chalica. So please, welcome Ruth Miller.
You're marvelous. So I'm going to take advantage of the step.
Oh, yes. You got it?
And make it so. I'll hide for a bit so that we don't have to not see me. This is the first time I've ever done this. I hope it's okay with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So, as I said in the write-up, I know you've heard of Christmas and Hanukkah. You may have heard of Kwanzaa, and I'm sure you've never heard of Chalica. How many of you had heard of Chalica? Fascinating. I hadn't either. The UUs have invented their own holiday.
Oh.
Right? They started in 2005 with a woman in Vancouver, BC. And she decided that we needed to honor our 7 principles. So we light a candle each of 7 nights, and soon it's going to be 8 nights, starting the first Saturday in December. So it may overlap other things like Advent and St. Nicholas Eve and sometimes Hanukkah, but it will be the UU honored time. And the idea is we light the chalice on each day in honor of a particular principle, and then there may be gifts or treats. So, there's a handbook that you can download, and that's what the cover looks like, my Chalica book, and it has all kinds of guidelines for what to do on each night. So as a family, recognizing that the first principle is honoring and respect for everyone and the diversity. So there are various activities that can be done, and each day has a different page. And then there is this wonderful table that you can download with each principle and a set of ideas on how to honor it, a particular lighting, chalice lighting verse, and then a closing verse. And the closing verse is often related directly to the principles. So, for example, I looked at Monday, let's look at Tuesday, be kind in all you do. Okay, so number 1 would normally be actually Saturday, and then Sunday would be 2, and number 3 would be Monday. So, for what that's worth. So, in 2, spend time in a soup kitchen, donate to a charity, ding-dong ditch a neighbor.
What is that?
What is that?
You leave them a gift. You ding-dong ditch.
Oh, and run. Okay, got it. You run from the door so they can't know. Look at Secret Santa kind of a thing, right? All right, and the chalice lighting for the second day is we light our chalice for justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, right? And then as the day ends, however you're closing it, whether it's extinguishing the chalice, mindful of our highest aspirations, bound by common faith and purpose, And yet, beginning with ourselves, as we are, let us take one more step together in our unending quest. Isn't that beautiful? For dignity, justice, and love. So the idea is to bring home into the family this set of principles that is what the Unitarian Universalist is about. Those were the first four. Here are 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to look at number 6. Build a fair and peaceful world. Their suggestions are have leftovers for dinner so you're not wasteful. Donate to a global cause. Volunteer with an organization that has global influence. Write a letter for Amnesty International or any other like organization. And the chalice lighting is we light our chalice for the goal of world, peace, liberty, and justice for all, right? And then the close is lovely. We have committed ourselves to do what we can to ease the burden of those who suffer. To stand for decency and compassion, we have pledged to work for a more wholesome environment for us and for all the generations that will follow. So you can feel, I think, how this could make a big difference. And it's a marvelous, frankly, copying of Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa was created by African Americans in the 80s because there was no way to plug back into the heritage coming from Africa. And so each night you light a different candle in honor of a term in Swahili that is a principle. So one night would be faith, one night is hope, imani, umoji. And then one night is for cooperative endeavors. Isn't that interesting? And so again, each night there's appropriate foods, they're related to the African harvest festivals, and there are activities that go with the principle being spoken of. So UU's invented it based on our principles. And one of the kinds of things that they encourage is making a chalice for this year's Chalica using recycled materials, which is kind of cool, right? And they've invented their own form of special treats. So we have chalice cookies that people can decorate, and a Chalica cake that people can decorate. And it's kind of fun. Obviously that is a commercial cake, but I don't know if you've done this sort of thing, but when my kids were growing up, I would make a big sheet cake and everyone who came to the party would decorate it. So the birthday party was creating the birthday cake, and that was always kind of fun. So that could be a fun Chalica thing as well. You lit the chalice, and now you're saying whatever for this principle tonight you want to celebrate. And of course there are silly songs, right? So this is the 7 days of Chalica to the tune of 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to sing the first and last. Okay, on the first day of Chalica, our family gathered round to show our respect for everyone, right? And on the 7th day of Chalica, our family gathered round to care for our planet, insist on fair treatment, and to share our voices and votes. Search for our own truth, keep open minds, remind us to be kind, and to show our respect for everyone. So, there are other songs, and I think I actually included a link. So let me see if I can find it on one of these slides. There it is. Of course, we have to go through the ad. And we have to get the sound on. All right, he's just talking. He's not singing yet. He's just saying what fun it was to be part of Chalica and part of the UUs. And I think our issue with the projector is real.
You wanna,
The other mic. Let's see if we can, although it went through HDMI 1, so I don't know that we're going to be able to do this. What a shame. So that's the course that he's encouraging. So you can either see it or hear it. I don't know what's going on with the projector and the sound system tonight.
Go through the microphone, that's what.
I can't have you see it, or I can either have you see it or have you hear it.
Well, let's
Which
hear
do you-
it. Let's
Let's
hear
hear
it.
it. Okay, so I'm going to unplug the projector. He's tuning his guitar, we're good. All right, I'm going to pause this, make sure that sounds up, make sure this sound is up.
high tech, high tech.
Great. All right. Then I'm going to start playing. This is the chorus. I don't remember where the speaker is. Okay.
We're getting there. We'll send this one too.
This is on? Yeah. Ignore the guitar.
For Chalica, 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 Chalica. For Chalica, 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 Chalica.
This is just the chorus, believe it or not.
Chalica, Chalica, Chalica.
It's up to us to continue searching. We are the childless for democracy. It's up to us in society. We are the childless for community. We go for our world as peaceful liberty. We are the childless to connect the world. On our way forward, together we live. There we go.
Okay.
For 7 nights, the chalice we light. For Chalica, 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 Chalica. For 7 nights, the chalice we light. For Chalica, 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 Chalica. For 7 nights, the chalice we light. For Chalica, 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 Chalica. For 7 nights, with the chalice we light. For Chalica, 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 Chalica.
Challenge for justice and peace, freedom for all and for all equity. We are the challenge for encouragement, spiritual growth and congregation. We are the challenge for truth and meaning. It's up to us to continue searching. We are the challenge for democracy, right of our conscience in society. We are the challenge for community. We go for our wonders, peaceful liberty. We are the challenge to connect our wealth. All our way forward, together we live.
One more time.
7 nights, the chalice we light. For Chalica, 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 Chalica. For 7 nights, the chalice we light. For Chalica. Chalica, 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 Chalica. Or Chalica.
Got it? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And there the sound goes, because it's going to the projector now. All right. So that's
fun.
isn't that fun? Yeah. So the point of Chalica is to be aware of our 7 principles and to begin to make them available to all beings everywhere. So I've done a short program tonight, but I think it was fun. Thank you so much.
Ruth, could you include that chart with the 7?
I'll send it to her.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to see that in the last. That's great.
Yeah, we'll make sure you get those 2 videos, okay? Don't know how I'll work that magic, but we'll plug them in there, because the music is fun. When I heard this, I thought, what is this Chalica thing? So, maybe this could be a new tradition for us next year. And challenge ourselves, through love and hope and all of that, to do these things. So, got it on my radar screen.
Today is the last day of Chalica.
So it really starts on the first Saturday in December. Okay, it just goes there for 7 days. I like it. Thank you. That's fun. That's fun. So stay around afterwards and talk to Ruth if you'd like about this particular Chalica or anything else on your mind. This is a time of all seasons, right? And maybe now the UUs, we have our own. Isn't that lovely? So today continues our 2-month contribution to Sayusla Outreach Services. SOS supports and transforms the lives of those in crisis through homelessness prevention, sexual assault, and domestic violence services. And at this time of year, it may be even worse than we imagine. Your contribution to SOS may be placed in the side of the basket as it comes around with their logo, SOS. And on the other side, if you would like to continue your spiritual practice giving to our fellowship to help us in sustaining our fellowship the way we are, and maybe even get more enhanced, better, make sure that we continue to move forward, okay? You can place that in this particular basket. Deb, can I get you to help on this side? We're just going to pass the basket around back and forth. Just want to remind you, if you're not in a place to give today for whatever reason, that is just fine. There's no expectation. Just pass the basket to the next person with love. And if you would, as we begin, repeat after me. Divine love through me blesses and divine love through me.
Divine love through me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I am.
Blesses and multiplies all that I am.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
I am prosperous now.
I am prosperous now.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
So if you would you help on this side? I'll start going this way. Thank you, everybody. So I know we probably have some other announcements, but I'd like if you could very quietly take out your program, because on the right side, inside, are all the activities coming up. And our Sunday services, we've got meditation, the Zen Buddhist meditation every Tuesday at 2. And Ruth Miller has a workshop this afternoon called Getting Through Limbo Together from 1 to 4. You are cordially invited to come to that. And yes, the Fog, they're going to be hiking South Beach. We have a board meeting on the 14th. The Fog folks have a holiday party coming up. Reverend Donna Smith is going to be here with us next Sunday with her message as well as her class on raising consciousness. And we have a holiday party on the 25th. So, regarding the holiday party, we took a straw poll last week to see how many people think they might want to come on the 25th and maybe bring a potluck meal or not. But if you didn't raise your hand last week and you think you're going to be here on the 25th, raise your hand. So we've got a few more people. So we might have about 30 people. So what I'm going to ask is that if you're coming, a couple of things. Obviously bring yourself, bring a friend, bring a neighbor if you'd like. Bring your stories. We're going to have time to tell your stories of maybe one of your favorite holiday memories. This is not about Christmas, this is about your traditions, what you want to share. Jeff is going to have music throughout. We'll have other musicians, and we're going to have food. What wouldn't this be without food? So if you'd like to provide some food, bring it at about 9:30. Bring your favorite brunch item, whether it's fresh fruit, maybe something vegan, maybe something vegetarian, maybe an egg dish. Who has a great egg dish, like an egg?
Green chili casserole.
And green chili casserole. This is brunch, this is breakfast, lunch, right? So bring what you can. If you're not going to bring any food, just bring yourself, and let's have a good time, okay? So that's my big announcement for the 25th. And yeah, Jeff's got a whole selection of music we're going to play. We'll have sing-along. We will light the chalice at 10. We have opening words, and then opening song. Then we'll excuse ourselves to the cafe to get some food. We'll come back in here. Oh, one last thing. I would love to put together a little slideshow of maybe your favorite photographic memories of the holidays. So if you have a photo of something in your past that you would like to share, I'll put it up on the big screen, and we'll do a photo array of your photos, any photos you want to send me regarding the holidays. So send it to the FOOF email if you want, or if you know my personal address, send it to me, and we'll create a little slideshow. It should be fun. Yes, Ned?
Well, I noticed that we have some birthdays today and tomorrow.
We have birthdays today and tomorrow.
I thought we should sing happy birthday.
Well, okay, who's got the birthdays today and tomorrow?
You do.
No, mine's not till Thursday. The 12th, the 11th. What's your birthday?
No, Katie. Katie has a...
Well, Katie's is tomorrow,
Yeah.
right? Who else is today?
Sabrina?
Jim, over with the kids.
Yeah, Jim is tomorrow.
Jim is tomorrow. Oh, we gotta get the kids back. Bring those kids back and let's sing happy birthday. Okay. So yeah, we've missed, Rowley had a birthday on the 9th, Dean Schrock, Serena Appel, Jim McDermott, Katie Muller, me on Thursday, and Ashley Page, we call her the Blessed Child, on the 24th, and Diana Gibson on the 29th. So maybe as they come back in, we'll sing happy birthday to all of our they're not all Sagittarians, unfortunately, but they are December babies. Does anybody else have a birthday in December? Okay. So are we ready? Are you bringing those kids back? Here we go. Happy birthday to you, and you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Before I forget, I want to thank you for your spiritual practice of giving not only to our community partner, but to this particular fellowship that hopefully provides you so much on these Sundays and any other day of the week. Please get involved in our committees and our events. We've got a great concert on Friday night with Robbie D, as we know. So yeah, it's just a wonderful place to be. Foof, your home.
Yes. Other announcements?
Other announcements, please come forward. Don, yes, you want to come forward? Come on up. Come on up. Oh, Don's coming around. The roofer.
I just wanted to thank everybody for all the socks that we've been having a sock drive.
Yes.
And Deborah made that beautiful, gigantic
Yes.
sock, and it's almost full. So we're going to sort through the socks, package them up, and then take them to SOS and any other place that anybody thinks is a good place to take them. So thank you, and continue to bring your socks.
Beautifully done.
New socks.
Good morning. Good morning. Don, one thing I want to share with you guys, some of you know Big Don, he passed away 2.5 years ago. He was helping the boards in Walter before he passed away, upgrading all the rules and regulations and the policies to be current with the foundation of UU. And I've been communicating with the board, and I finally, bless Ruth's time, she actually came over and finally downloaded all those documents, because we don't know. I only recall that Don did make the CD. I thought he gave it to Walt before he passed away, but we're not sure where that is. But I was so glad to get all those about 50 files And she spent a lot of time downloading those, but I'm going to present them to the board.
You're gonna give that to Deborah?
Deborah, so they can get that information and find where all that can be brought up current. He spent several years compiling that. The other thing is I'm announcing that I want to thank the board that invited me in to let me be a part of the board since they're short due to illness. And I'm looking forward to working with them, but I will say that I will only be there for about 6 months. And hopefully get someone who would like to be on the board. They need me right now, or members, because they're short in order to meet the quorum to legislate rules and regulations. So I'm looking forward to working with them as much as I can. The biggest problem is I'm not computerized. So it's going to be a little problem with me communicating with the members, and I hope they'll be cooperative with me. And last of all, I want to let you guys know, due to my health issues, I'm having to step down after being the freelance coordinator for many, many years. And I'm hoping someone will step up and help do that. I just can't do it anymore, but I'll be glad to be supportive as much as I can. And the last thing I addressed, what she was talking about, the socks. I remember last Christmas, the ladies got together throughout the churches in the community, and they made Christmas packages saying like that for the free lunch people. And we gave a Christmas party for them for lunch, and they had, if I remember, a sock, a scarf, and gloves, and a cap. They put them all in, they made them up for men and women, because men don't wear scarves like women do. And it was really nice. So I thank you guys for all your support in helping the ladies put these socks together. I forgot about that because they did approach me that several months ago. So I thank you kindly for your generous donations. And I hope you guys will continue like y'all to support all these community programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Remember what I shared last week on This I Believe about Don Gardner?
Yes.
This is a man who can't say no.
No.
And here's the deal, he's now saying no, and I support that no, Don, wholeheartedly. You deserve a break, you deserve our thanks, you deserve our gratitude for everything that you've done for this fellowship. I know your term will end in June for being on the board, and I know somebody will step up and take over. And if you ever need my support for in your role on the board, you just let me know. You know my number, or you know Jennifer's. You get us mixed up a little bit, but I got your back, okay? So thank you very, very much.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that I love you all and it's such a treat to be here, I put together the class that I'm doing today in response to the class that I did 3 months ago, which was, to some people, kind of doom and gloom, given the nature of what's going on in the country today. And this class is what is being done in the world that is helping bring forth a whole new culture that in large part is based on UU principles. So it's very exciting to be able to put that material together. And if you have some time this afternoon and can bear not to, or have already been to, the concert, do come by and get your hope lifted a little. Thank you.
So that will be at 1 o'clock today, okay? So go have yourself a bite to eat and come on back.
Yep.
Any other announcements? Wow, this was packed with good stuff today. Thank you very much. Your energy was very uplifting. Would you like to extinguish the chalice for me, Brooke? We extinguish our flame as I share these words from Cynthia Landrum. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connections, our concerns, or our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving. Blessed be. Take out your phones. You can now return to airplane mode. Take your airplane mode off. So closing music, as we always do, we're going to end with our peace song. If you will gather around the chairs and the podium, we will sing our peace song. Lock arms if you want, or hold hands, or not. And we will sing our peace song loud and proud, and make sure you stop by. Xana was here today early and brought some wonderful goodies for us to share. And get yourself something to drink, have something to eat. And we'll have some good old fellowship at our Foof Cafe as we continue to close up the gap here on our circle. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Geez,